A lovely morning to everybody who have joined here for the first week's pre-market outlook discussion for the first date in this week, that is 15th of June 2026. This is really a cheerful moment for our Indian markets, not only limited to our markets across the globe, based on the peace deal reached between US and Iran. The things and all going good till now for the stock markets, and the impact of this will be there for the economy too. Anyhow, as per the Friday session and behavior, what we can learn, what we can observe means it was almost observed the thing of the deal is going to be happen like, and positivity was spreaded across sector stocks on Friday's moment, and somehow Nifty manages to hold near to the interim behavior shift zone, that was 23,700. With that attempt, it has closed around 23,600, and the weekdays that was attempted to make the following positivity on the markets will be going to happen in today's one, that is the first session of this week. So the positivity or optimism's clouded now will be helping the Nifty to comfortably holding an interim behavior shift zone of 23,700. Even in the opening itself, the markets are expected to moving above 23,900 and nearing to 24,000, and that may be the range it may try to consolidate before making the further move on the upside, because the continuous stretch is not good for the market at current zone. So it may be feeling the heat, or it may be attracting the selling mildly around 24,000, between 23,900. But anyhow, there may not be any base behavior change. That is what now currently having us the positivity across the sectors. We said no. So that base behavior may not be having any change in today's trend. Even though the sell-on rise and buy-on dips we have suggested, the most part of the day's strategy would be moving with a buy-on dips only until it is having any opportunity to get accumulated or get entered freshly around the support zones for the day, and as well as the ranges of key dates we have pronounced. Market may not be having any intention to give up the gains immediately. So that is the good point and good news for the long traders, particularly those who have already built the long and holding till now. So the benchmark indices of India is actually going to open with a cheerful gap up manner, respecting to the global cues happened positively based on the US and Iran peace deal announcement. After opening the markets, probably attempting to consolidate between the dominant range we have mentioned in today's Nifty analysis chart, between 23,600 to 23,900 would be having the most part of the market's movement area. Anyhow, the intermittent volatility also not ruled out, and the key dates ranges, what we have already discussed, no, that recent key date, maybe the recent Wednesday's one as a minor impactful, and previous one, that was a 3rd of May's one and 1st of May's one, and all to be minded and act accordingly. So the remaining portion of the days, based on the dominant range announced, will be having a stock specific and a sector, that means a broad-based sector movement also can be, particularly from the energy, oil and gas oriented stocks can be seen with a higher movement because of the settlement in the crude oil spikes and the OMCs, which are all having a benefit of the current capping for the crude oil price movement. So that and all can be watched out in today's move. But the major portion of the trade or movements will be taken care by the bank and finance oriented sector. That means the banking and finance will be holding the over 50% of the weightage on the market's movement today. From the positional aspect also, today's close is very, very important. If it maintains above 23,700 right from the first hour till the end of the day, we can assume or we can closely predict the markets probably holding the 23,700 for the consecutive second day also. From sectoral discussion, we can already made a banking, finance, oil and energy and all. Apart from that, automobile, metal, IT also can be watched out for picking a momentful stocks under these sectors. Anyhow, technically we have found some stocks having moment based on the previous sessions. That includes Oil India, Ashok Leyland, Hindustan Petroleum, Shriram Finance, Tech Mahindra, even L&T Finance. Anyhow, the markets, even though giving a cheerful gap up and maintaining the positivity, it is of course must to keep the stop loss across the position. So that's it from pre-market oriented discussion for the day. You can see some queries fallen. So HDFC and ITSC are the stock queries asked here. See, for the HDFC Bank, which has started 2 sessions earlier itself about giving a breakout kind of actions and already broken and closed above the important trend line for the near term. So which means the probability for reaching the 800 to 820 as the next positional based targets are there for HDFC Bank. Anyhow, if you are already holding the positions on the HDFC, particularly in the F&O, it would be prudent to book some profits when it is reaching around 785 as a portion of profit can be booked and the remaining can be kept. For those who are keeping these positions after booking profits and all, it would be better to maintain 761 as stop loss. This is based on cash segment. For ITC, it may not be having any cheerful moment. Anyhow, the positivity is almost going to be kept because the ITC's moment, what it has attempted on Friday, may be helping that thing to give a breakout of 286 today. If it breaks 286, we can see 288 is the next level of target for ITS. So in case ITC not moving about 286 means one can try to observe that for any larger time frame like 1 or 2 hour and all, it is not breaking 286. You can somewhat reduce your long positions and maintain the same rest of the positions with the stop loss of 282. That's it. And grow shares as a query asked here. See, for the grow, it has confirmed by moving above the important consolidation range by the way of breakout, which is expected to enjoy today with the upside movement around 202 as the first and 205 as the next levels can be watched out. If it is achieving in the opening itself, it is better to stay away by the way of entering into the long at that part. So once it sustains about 205 only, you can again re-enter or freshly also enter for the grosses on the long side. So before that, it any opens above 202 or 205 in case, it is better to book the profit and wait for the retracement to happen. That may be around 198 to 196. One can think of entering freshly or accumulating further. because the 196 as a whole is acting as the immediate support for the day. Anyhow, 193 as a positional support, the stock is holding. NHPC is the next query here. For the NHPC, it is still, even though giving a bounce on a Friday, it is still having a struggle around 74 and 75 zones. So in case, luckily, if it enters 74 above while opening, it is expected to reach 75 within next 1.5 hours. So you can maintain your long positions by the way of maintaining the stop loss or support around 72.70. Almost 1 rupee from the current close. If not, it may be trying to retrace towards the 72 and 71.50 level. For that, it has not any confirmation given on the chart, but anyhow, the support wise, we can maintain 72.70 as the important one for the day. So thanks for your queries. JK Tire also foreign. So the JK Tire, like in the way of NHPC, it also given a bounce but not confirmed the clear uptrend yet. So if it is want to move further higher, it should be at least holding the 390 above level. That is very far from here, almost 3% from the current range. Anyhow, if it breaks while opening itself above the level of 382 means there you can somewhat utilize that bounce towards 385, 387 to book the profit, not for entering long. If it sustains above 382 for the first 1 hour means you can utilize any retracement towards a 375 or 372 and all. If you are luckily seeing on the chart, there you can bravely enter into the long build-up for the JK Tire. Because the structure has to experience a change or a break. That's why we have pronounced these condition-based levels and all. Because it is now trapped under a volatile trend. It is not confirmed till the either side of trend. So it is better to maintain the levels pronounced and you can trade accordingly. Vikram Solar is a query here. Maybe the defense-oriented stocks and all having a chance of attracting selling today while the market's retracing. So that Vikram Solar also clearly trapped between the 201 to 212, which is expected to consolidate further. But in case if it retraces towards 202 as the support, there one can enter into building long by the way of keeping 200 as immediate stop loss for the day. And for positional, it should be around 196. So the chances of bouncing back towards 212 may be happening when it try to retrace and bounce back. Here it may be reached the 212 as the target or resistance point. Most part of your position build on long side should be booked profit. That is the condition. We have addressed all your queries. Thanks for asking. And we can now conclude today's one. And we'll be meeting again tomorrow in the same session. Bye-bye.